Hi guys, so I'm gonna be doing one final video tutorial on the third-person action game series. And well, if you remember, we have this little fella here with a big sword, and we can kick those cubes arses about 1, 2. There we go, and 1. There, 1, and God, yeah, good. This is okay, and it's all right. It's sort of working, but we need to. I mean, we could improve this a little bit. So the first thing I'd like to do is let's add some particle effects to the collisions, because it's gonna get a lot if we add some particles. So gonna create effect particle system. We're gonna create create it here. It's gonna be a lot smaller. So the lifetime is gonna be more like 1 second. Let's put it at 0, 0, 0. That's 5 and 1. 7. Yeah, that's alright. For instance, there we want the particles to go like that. So the emission probably 0. Yeah. So actually we want it to be 20 because we want the particles to go the other way. We want the emission shape. So the emission, we want 0 particles over time, and we want one big chunk at the start. Maybe yeah, 4 cycles. That's all right. Maybe we want 5. Let's just stop looping so we can play. No, I don't think we want I want this to be 0, and I don't know, maybe we could have it over 10 cycles. At time 0 interval, maybe have it like this. Maybe 2 cycles. 3 cycles. 3 cycles of 30 particles. That's alright. Anyway, we don't want a cone. Probably one more like a hemisphere. We want it to be very small. It's gonna be like a wound or something, like the sparks. 425.05, for instance. I'll give 365. Yeah, and yeah, maybe some 165. How about 180? No. No. 360. Maybe a cone was okay. Angle was better, bigger angle. Say like 60, 45. And definitely the length should be smaller, but it emits from the base. So also we need to emit in all directions. So random is direction, say 12.5. 0.5. And we want this to be a little bit like this. Okay, so starting speed is gotta be bigger, but we don't want it to be all at the same speed, so we want them to go from, say, 15 to 25. Let's play. Still, I don't know. I like more of them to be in the center. Maybe we can have two systems, and one of them is the cone. I don't know. The circle. What happens when we play a circle? It goes every direction, but away. What if into direction? No. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. Let's randomize less. Let's just raise less. Yeah, something like this looks okay. Okay, so limit velocity over lifetime. So this is something we want to do. So for instance, let's dampen 0.1. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. 0.05. Well, maybe this is part could be something like this. Yeah, this looks good. We may want to add some gravity modifier. For instance, let's put it to 1. Small 5, 3. Yeah, looks good. 0. So is the point? Could we have something like a random between two constants? So 1.8 to 1.2. I don't know what this means. Yeah, I think this is what I wanted. Like, you don't want all to dampen at the same speed and at the same time, so you have some variety. Yeah, one of the things that we probably want is to create a material for these particles. Spark material. Possibly with the color. Yeah. No, but instead of on lead, let's use universal random pipeline particles. Lead. Yeah, it's a lot better. We can use that here. Spark material. This now we have very big billboards. So stretched billboard over the length. Yeah, it's still very big, but we can make it smaller. So the size probably, what a size that comes between two constants, and we could start at 0.1 and 0.2. How does this looks better? Yeah, yeah, right. This looks a lot better. We can make it even thinner, I think. 0.05, 0.1. Then it's gonna be a bit smaller particles, but we can make them a little bit longer. Length scale, probably we could do something like this. Whoopsie. This is very, say this. I'll put it to 1. So, I think this is still too big. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Put it to 2. Put to 0. Maybe put it to 2 here, so yeah, I think something like this looks good. Yeah, I like it. But probably we wanted the color to change over lifetime or by speed, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing for us. So yeah, let's do this. Let's make it randomly between 2 gradients. The first gradient could be go from something like come on, I want to change this like a orange. Yeah, I don't know if we can. If we could do we could go to yellow. Maybe this could be a little bit. Can be a little more reddish, something like this. And the other one could go from also a very red one to a yellowish thing. And if they're not orange enough, maybe we could do it the other way. Maybe we could start in yellow and we can finish in some orangey thing. Let's see what happens when we do this. Got a lot of funny. Let's just do this in here. We've got like funny colors there because yeah, let's both start in yellow and let's send him something more reddish here. Something like this. Yeah. Possibly we could have it get a little bit reddish earlier. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. That's okay, I think. I mean, this is still gonna look funny. Probably we need to do some textures and probably work a lot more. Maybe have an artist instead of me, a programmer, doing this. But anyway, we're gonna make this rectangle a little bit smaller. So we're gonna make it 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Yeah, that sounds about right. And we think we're good. So we're gonna call these we're gonna create a an empty object here. We're gonna put it exactly where this is, 0, 0, and we're gonna make it a parent, and we're gonna call this like sword hit effect. We're gonna make the parent there. So that this orientation is something that we just get, and this one is looking that way. So if the hit is looking in that direction, then we put it there too. We're gonna use the direction the player is facing to set the direction of the hit, or maybe the direction between the player and the object. I don't know. We'll see. we're gonna create a, oh, not here, a prefab here, and the sword is going to need to set this prefab somewhere, to configure the prefab somewhere. Okay, public, the object, heat, effect, prefab. And we could do like something like public void trigger heat effect, or play heat effect, and we need a vector 3 position, and that's it. There is the heat effect and the given position. Basically, we just instantiate the prefab, so effect prefab, and we just gonna be placing it in the given position. We're gonna set the orientation of the owner. And we're gonna, I think it does have a this effect has a play on awake thing, so I don't think we need to play the particle effect. Play on awake, here you got it. So okay, now Jamo, no, but the sword needs the sword heat effect, and we need to call these, yeah, that's right, in here, enemy hit by weapon, if the timer is okay. I mean, another thing we could do is we could show the effect whether we hit it or not if it's been long enough since last effect we saw. We can do that. I think that makes sense. So we could have hit effect timer, which is going to be 0.0. We're going to set a public float, mean time between hit effects, it's going to be 0.5 for instance. And in the update, we're gonna do float dt, time delta time, hit effect timer plus equals dt. Okay. Then, so if owner attack controller is doing damage, then we check all this, okay? Because if you're not doing damage, we don't want to do anything, we don't want to show any effects, etc. So if we got an enemy, we want to do whatever, but on top. So an effect if it's been long enough since last time we played it. So if timer is bigger or equal to bin time, then if the timer is 0.0 and play heat effect. And the position is gonna be the sword position, which is gonna be well, we want the effect to be the sword position but in the center position, so probably we could have something like a transform sword center, okay, that we're gonna be using to play the effect, or to say, okay, this is where the weapon hit. Okay, to do that, obviously, we need to to open the prefab and here decide where we get. I think this is right. This is as good a center position as any, so we're gonna use that one. This is around the center of the blade. That's cool. So let's see. No, wait, not this. This one. Yeah, I mean, maybe well, one of the things that we should probably check is that we're not hitting ourselves. Other get component char attack controller. If attack char is and attack controller is owner, then we can quit already. That way I think we're gonna avoid showing some that way. I don't know why the first time it doesn't do any damage. Let's see, this one has max health. Let's put it in debug. Oh, the health is set to 5100. That makes a lot of sense. So, yeah. In the dummy enemy, one of the things we need to do is at the start to the max health. So now, when we hit it it actually, in 2 hits, we're gonna destroy the I like it. It's not. I mean, we get the short hit effect to be a little bit have a little bit less. Oh, one of the things we need to do is to destroy the effect after some time. So right now, short hit effects, they are staying there forever. Yeah. So one of the things we could do is just do a create a C# script effect structure, for instance. This is a very simple script that is going to be destroying. Oh, by the way, we don't need the debug anymore. To destroy the effect, destroy the object once all the particle systems are over. So this is going to be a public float extra time after effect stop to destroy. So for instance, we're gonna wait like 0.5 or 1 second after the effect is set it to 1 second. After the effect is stopped to destroy. So there's gonna be a timer. So we need to get all the particle systems. This is something we do in the start. Components in children. And then we do ball everything stop is set to true, and then for t0 is load then part systems length plus I, and everything stopped, and this. If this, so the thing is, everything is a stop as long as this one's a stop too. I'm not sure if it's a stop or not displaying. I think I'm gonna go for not displaying. Okay. If everything stopped, we're gonna have timer plus equals dt, else timer is 0. If timer is bigger than the extra time after destroy, then destroy game object, so destroy ourselves. Good. So we basically are gonna add this effect here. So select the structure, and now these particle systems are going to disappear after one. Yeah, see, whoop, they go, they disappear. That's good. I'd probably reduce these to 0.25 or something like this, and it will still work just fine, and it will be. There we go. When they're gone, they stop. Very good. Okay, but you ask yourself, why not destroy them just the moment they're all stopped? I don't know. I mean, I like to leave a little bit of extra margin in case. I'm not 100% sure how the particle system works. I'm not sure if when they consider they're not playing anymore. In any case, there is no big deal for having an object live 0.25 seconds more, and that way you're sure that the particle system is completely over when you destroy it. Good. I'm gonna open the prefab. Particle system. I'm gonna just make it a little bit smaller. So basically, gonna get this something like 10 to 15, maybe smaller, and start lifetime. Again, start lifetime is gonna be from between the constants 0.8 and 1.2. And start speed, start delay, start size. I'm gonna make it even smaller, 0.25, 0.075. think that's okay. That's all right. Good. And finally, I'd like to do something. I don't know how well it'll end up looking, but I think it'll be good. So in the animator, we right now only have this, but we can do a lot more. And I think one of the cool things that we could do is we could add a sort of like a combo system. So if you hit slash again at a certain point in time from the start of the animation, you could do another slash. So let's see what the current animations look like and what we can do about it. So slash, let's see. Yeah, that's the full combo. We could split this animation, to be honest, but I'm not sure. Maybe we can do with so let's use this one. Let's use this one as this is going to be called /3, right? And we're gonna be doing this. Good. So we've got this. We could do something like make transition here. This is gonna have basic attack is false. This one is gonna be if basic attack is true. And make transition here at the end. That doesn't matter whether. So, and from here I'd like to know if this looks good. Damn it. We could even start a little earlier, so something like this, and this could even go like here. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, I like it. Let's see if it works. So basically right now, if basic attack is true, well, you're gonna leave here, you just go back to you go to /3, and otherwise you go to slash to the normal idle. And the problem is the code is not prepared to do that. So right now, if we're setting by basic attack to false, but what we could do is we could accept basic attack if we're in the part where we're doing damage, which well, we need to define that part for the other one too, for the /3 animation. So yeah, we're going to start here. We could add an event, and we can call it begin weapon damage. Is it called begin weapon damage? Yeah, begin weapon damage and stop weapon damage. and we can finish somewhere like here. Is that weapon damage? Yeah. And then if not is doing damage, then we set the basic attack to force. This whole thing here. Probably we should reset it anyway at the end, because there's no reason not to. Animator, set ball. Here we go. So another thing we need to do is in here we need to set the same thing here. So I need a basic attack state here. And I think this should work. Let's see, I'm not sure. Yeah. Good. Thing is, if you keep pressing, it works, but not. Yeah, so probably we should have a longer period of time to accept the inputs, but I don't really care that much. I mean, you could have, and right now we're using the same as the heat damage thing. We could probably have another one where we say, okay, from here on we accept inputs for the second attack. And that's cool because you can do only one hit or you can do a combo, and we could even try to have a third one, and then let's see if we can do that. Let's see what this slash looks like. That looks good. It doesn't finish in the same position. It's kind of annoying. And in this one, yeah, well, let's see if we can use this one. So basically we're gonna call this /4. It's gonna have these baked and these baked. And yeah, we're gonna add the events when something like this starts. The begin weapon damage, and here is gonna end, for instance. Stop weapon damage. And I think it's okay. Now we need to add this /4 here as the fourth one. Again, make transition here. This is only going to happen if basic attack is false, and this is only going to happen if basic attack is true. And let's see when this is going to happen. So we could definitely do it a lot earlier, something like there. And smaller. Yeah, maybe we can even do it earlier. Yeah, I think it looks good. And of course, when we finish, we go back there. Yep. I think we don't need to do anything else, but I'm not sure. Let's try. Let's see if it works. So if we hit once, that's okay. Hit twice, and no, it's not working right now. I don't know why. One of the things we can do, which you may not know, is that we can see the animator. No. Okay, let's pause this. Let's make it like this. Yeah. So, so this is set to true, this is set to true, and it's set to false back again. Okay. So yeah, the problem is that the basic attack is being set to false when the hit finishes, and that is the problem. So how about we do something else? How about we do something like private can do combo is set to false, and this is set to true when so when this is set to true, okay? But instead of setting it to false here, we're gonna set it to false when is attacking is set to false. And then if not can do combo, this is set to false, but otherwise it's true. Let's see if this works, and I'll try to explain it a little bit more in detail. There we go. Okay, so basically what I've done is, so now, so we can do combo. So you see, the moment it's, so the important thing to look at is, okay, now it's set to false. If we press Control, it's set to true because the moment, so the last one is the easiest one to see. So you can see it's still set to true here because I was still pressing Control. So it is hard to see. So take a look at how I press Control, then it's set to false, and then it's set to true at some point, which is the point where it starts being set to true, is when I can start doing damage. And from there on it's set to true because I still keep the Control pressed, and from that point on it's set to true, and then it goes back, and when it goes back it is set to false, and that's why it doesn't do another one. And why is that happening? It is being set to true here, but its attacking is set to false when you leave a state. So it's being set to false here, which is forcing it to. So you cannot do a combo. So you need to hit it again to set basic attack to true again in order for it to be set to true again. But if we are in a combo, then it's set not, and then we're not setting it until we are in that do damage part of the animation again, and then we can set it to true again, and so that we can concatenate the second or the third movement of the combo. I think that's about it. I think we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it here. This is, yeah. Fast. Yeah. It is. It looks cool. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's I don't know why we cannot move this. There we go. So I think it looks cool. I think it's nice, and we have been able to, we've been able to change wow, this is not being the movement is not being resetted properly. I don't know exactly why. Probably because the move controller force stop. Who is going to force stop? Force stop is attacking. We should probably only do these when we. Probably this is not a good thing to have here, because we can have it here. So we really only have it when we are in the right state. Doesn't matter where the inputs are or whatever. It is not. This is being set to false and to true. Wait, I understand. So probably we want this. One thing we can do is this. So we can have this here. We can ignore this here, and we can have this here. because we want it to be set to true every tick. Because the problem with the combo is the animator, the one animation hasn't finished when the other one starts. So we call the start, the state enter, before the state exit of the previous animation is called. So we set the attacking to true, then we set it to false. And that is confusing the system. And that looks cool. And yeah, you could probably set this to false when we're exiting too. To clean it up a little bit. It's still doing it. I don't know why. I don't know who's setting it to true. I think that it starts here. We could, I mean, yeah, this is a bit annoying. You, as I said before, you start this state before this one is over, which means that you're setting it to true. You're setting it to false when this is over, but then in this case we were setting it to true at the start, but this wasn't over. When it's over, it was set to false, which was causing problems. Here is the same thing, but in here we could do something like okay, it doesn't have a basic attack stick, so let's see what happens if we do this. Lots better. That was the main problem. It wasn't being set properly. Good. So now this is working as expected. Yeah. Gonna do one last thing. Set all the dummy enemies to 100. There you go. It looks cool. Yeah. So that's it. I'm not gonna go on with this series of tutorials unless I get a lot of requests, because I think we've covered everything I wanted to. So we've seen a little bit of animation, how the animator works, how do you do blend trees, how do you work with the state machine, how these basic introduction of what these state behaviors were, how these state behaviors work and what they are for. We have done the weapon contact. We've seen some tips about animation and events in animations, and basic movement, collision with so the movement with collision, and using the character controller, so you collide against things. And I don't know, I think it all looks good, but the point wasn't to make a complete game. It was just to show what how you could do one. There's lots and lots and lots of things you should do to create a basic interesting game. Still, I think this was good. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you are interested in this sort of videos, please subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, or whatever suggestions in the comments below. And I hope to see you guys in a new video. Bye.